Peace to the family, peace to the family. I just wanted to make this quick video, man, just to go in a little bit. It seems like lately I've been getting a lot of inquiries about veganism and the whole transition. I had dropped the Black Vegan video about a week and a half ago and uploaded it to my page. So since then, even before then, but since then, a lot of people have been contacting me, asking me about the whole vegan transition and what can I do, as far as what can I eat, what is your suggestions, you know, what is your personal view on veganism, and also, you know, what is the whole plant-based lifestyle, and you know, what do you do for this and what do you do for that. So pretty much I want to do a part 2, kind of like a part 2, but kind of a little bit more elaborate on the whole transition, and also go on a little bit on one particular subject about veganism. One of the main questions I've been getting, more specifically from the dudes that's been actually been hitting me up, is pretty much, Banks, you know, what do I do as far as protein goes, and if I'm lifting weights or if I'm working out, how do I maintain, you know, my body frame, or how do I maintain my frame as far as not losing weight, and you know, not being hungry, or you know how much protein, you know, what are the foods that you eat, what can you eat as far as that goes to maintain my weight and keep me from pretty much deflating. Great question. One of the main things that you got to understand, even with the transition to being a vegetarian as opposed to not even being a vegan, the two differences between a vegetarian and vegan, first and foremost, is a vegetarian still eats dairy products. A vegetarian is still the borderline of more so, he or she still incorporates certain dairy products, certain soy products, and they may float that line of a pescatarian, depending on what are their limitations as far as their food intake. A vegan or a plant-based eater pretty much does not eat anything that has meat, or does not eat anything that has dairy in it. We're pretty much anti-animal. We want anything to do with an animal in our body. So those are two of the main differences that you want to think about when you transitioning from a vegetarian to a vegan, or from a meat eater to a vegetarian to a vegan. Now, to go back to what I was saying on the protein intake, understand this, that protein is just a certain component or instrumental component that sometimes I pretty much think that it is overly emphasized on weight, on mass, on muscle, on body structure, and maintaining a particular stability that a person wants in their appearance, or as far as what they think their body needs as far as from an intake standpoint. Understand that protein, I feel like, is completely misconstrued when it comes to the whole vegan lifestyle. The average person should not take in no more than, let's say for example, the average man shouldn't take in no more than 56 grams of protein a day. 56 grams. So you think about it. A lot of people, their protein levels as far as their meat, as far as other things that they may be eating, is pretty much over the average limit of what they should be. Because a lot of times people are completely ambiguous about what they should be eating and what they shouldn't be eating, and the actual nutritional content and facts that's in the foods that they eat. So for example, I know for me personally, I work out 3 to 4 days a week. No, I'm not a bodybuilder. No, I'm not competing for a fitness contest, but I'm in great shape. I could be in better shape, which is why I continue to work out, because I feel like there's always something specifically that I can do better with my body or do better with my health. So I'm never taking days off or taking shit away, taking shit for granted as far as where I am or where I could be. Now, for example, for me, starting off in the mornings for breakfast, what I generally eat every morning in my dietary regimen is that I either have organic peanut butter or organic almond butter. And generally what I may eat that with, I may eat that with a piece of toast that's sprouted grain or sprouted wheat, or I may have that on some vegan waffles, or I may have that just pretty much, I may use that on some carrots, or whatever it may be. I'm pretty much, generally speaking, my protein level coming in the morning, especially after I do 5 a.m. workouts, my metabolism is boosted up. I'm energized. My blood is circulating. I feel good. So pretty much my appetite is increased, because when you work out and you work out on a consistent basis, it's going to make you hungry. You're going to have an appetite for to eat certain things. So I know me personally, I'm averaging in the morning anywhere between 15 to 20 grams of protein in a serving. Now some may say, okay, is that enough? Some may say, is that more than enough? This is what works for me. And all I can do is worry about myself specifically and focus on things that I'm doing that can maintain my weight and maintain the frame and the bodies and the physical physique that I want for myself, that I know works for me. May not work for you. You may have to increase more so that. But this is something that's a protein content or food that contains a high nutritional protein content that you want to think about eating, or that you can eat in the morning. Or you can eat this at lunch, you can eat this at dinner. Now, throughout the course of the day, I may have some dry almonds, I may eat some cashews, I may eat some pistachios, I may eat some walnuts, pecans. Me personally, I love eating any type of nuts, Brazil nuts, because nuts have high contents, once again, of protein. You see what I'm saying? It's not about the actual levels of protein that you may intake into the foods may have in them. It's about how many times a day do you break up the protein content in what you eat. Because once again, this goes back to what I'm saying. Your body doesn't need anything more than 56 grams a day. So if you're doing over that, you increasing, or you're pretty much going over the limits of your daily protein intake. You see what I'm saying? So for lunch, for example, depending on how I'm feeling, generally speaking, for lunch, I may have no more than a salad. I may eat something chill. I may have a veggie sandwich. I may have a smoothie or a shake that I may make at home that may have pea protein or plant-based protein inside of it. Splash around with a little bit of maca powder or with a little bit of chia seeds. Chia seeds are high in protein. Black organic chia seeds at that. May have some pumpkin seeds. Pumpkin seeds is one of your main seeds that have the highest protein content into them. So those are things that may have some protein things in it that I may use into it that give me protein for lunch that I may have like for that. If I'm not doing that, more so, I may for lunch may utilize or eat something that I may have for dinner, which is quinoa, which is high in protein, black beans, which is high in protein, lentils, which is high in protein. Once again, this goes back to the levels of your intake. It's about the serving size and how often are you intaking these things into your regimen. See, when you think about being a vegan and you eating, a lot of people go into it with a negative connotation, thinking that they're going to lose weight, that they're going to pretty much get small, because they go into this because this is a preconceived notion that they already have thinking about the diet before they even get into the shit. You have to go into it with the mindset thinking that, you know what, I'm going to discipline myself. I'm going to know what I'm eating throughout the day. I'm going to count calories. I'm going to look at the nutritional facts that's on the product that I'm eating, and I'm going to keep a log. And see, understand, when you start off doing these certain things, this is not a lifetime thing. You're just doing this in the short term to program your mind and your body to think, these are the specific things that I want to keep track of. Because as eventually over time, let's say for example, after 2 to 3 months, your mind is going to be naturally programmed to know what the hell you putting into it and the content and the amounts that you putting into your body. These are all essential things that you got to think about. Even certain greens, you can take spirulina, you can do chlorella. These are other protein content. These are your algae, your greens that are essential, that have protein levels in them. Let's say, for example, you eat a product that has no more than 3 grams of protein in it. It depends on how often are you eating that product throughout the day to equate to where you need to be at. You don't have to have 56 grams of protein every day to have a high level of protein and to also hit the weight room. And also, don't be unoptimistic as far as losing weight and maintaining weight. Veganism is just like any other diet. As you eat meat, the more you eat, the more weight you're going to gain, depending on how you're working out and how you're taking care of yourself. Everything is based off of knowledge. What are you doing for yourself and taking care of yourself? Become in tune with yourself. You see what I'm saying? Become in tune with your diet. Understand your body and train your mind to know what you're eating and what you should be eating and what you shouldn't be eating. And once that becomes a part of your daily regimen, your daily eating, these are things and certain components that your mind is going to become programmed to, and you're going to be able to do these things and implement these things into your diet. For those out there who still have any more questions about what kind of things that I can eat to have protein, or what kind of things that I can eat to have meat, there's non-meat that can give me weight, that can make me gain weight, that can maintain my weight, feel free to send me an email at terrence.banks1@gmail.com or right into the comment section. I'm always on my page. I'm willing to answer any questions. This is what I love. This is my passion. I love to build with people. I love to talk to people about eating healthy and taking care of themselves, because this is such a major part of my life. And I feel like even if I influence one person to do the right thing, to change their life, to alter their life as far as eating and taking care of themselves better, I feel like my job is done. Y'all stay tuned in. Subscribe to the page, Street Columnist. I'm going to be dropping other vlogs, discussing other topics. And I love to build, man. This is what I do. Peace.